certified 11 years in a row.
Whew, the power of Mother Nature. Here at home, though, we have a quieter story to talk about, right, Thomas?
Yeah, that's after the winter storm came by us earlier this week and dropped feet of snow up in our mountains. Alta picked up over 5 feet of snow, 71 inches this week. And Dave Amaro captured this from Alta today. Absolutely incredible. This is picture perfect. We could just stare at this picture probably for the next 3 minutes, but we have weather to talk about. But I'm going to show you at least one more from Alta that's captured by Dave today. It would have been a great day to make some turns at Alta or just any of our resorts with all the fresh snow. And there are a couple more that he took, and you can find those on my Facebook and my Twitter account. They are well worth looking at, just absolutely stunning. But we'll start with what we're tracking for you. The frigid overnights, they will continue. Our chilly days will be continuing through the weekend. The only problem really is even though our skies will be calm, we're going to start to see a little bit more in the way of inversion haze, and it's going to be a little bit more progressive as we go throughout the weekend into early next week. But speaking of early next week, temperatures will get a little bit closer to our seasonal averages, and models are hinting that we could see some systems arrive before Christmas. We'll break down those details in just a moment. But high pressure for the time being has settled in. All the active weather in the United States happening in the central and the eastern portion. And that's more or less how it's going to be staying throughout the next 72 hours. But we'll just go ahead and enjoy the views that we have with all the snow that was left behind. Deer Valley looking incredible, looking down towards Jordanelle Reservoir. You can see all the fresh snow still on the trees there. And it's cold outside, to say the least. In Park City, we're sitting at a whopping 9 degrees, while it's 19 in Salt Lake City, 10 degrees in Provo, 8 degrees in Cedar City. And those overnight lows tonight are going to be very similar compared to what we had last night, if not a degree or two colder in a lot of respects. And then tomorrow, those daytime highs going to be on the chilly side, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. We could see some foggy spots in the morning because we've had all that fresh snow on the ground. And then, as I mentioned, in northern Utah, going to start to see that haze start to set up in our northern Utah valleys with the daytime high of 29 in Salt Lake. A few spots along the Wasatch Front likely sneak into the lower 30s, but for the most part, northern Utah finds itself in the 20s. While southern Utah will see more areas in the 30s, like a high of 35 in Cedar City, and St. George gets in the low 40s at 43. If you're going to take advantage of all the fresh snow that we had, your ski and board forecast for the next few days, if you're around 7,000 to 8,000 feet in the Wasatch Mountain, those daytime highs are going to be in the 20s. So I don't need to tell you, have those extra layers. But as we've been talking about all week, because of all the new snow that we have, the avalanche danger in the backcountry remains considerable. Wait until this starts to go down if you're going to go in those backcountry areas. Plenty of fresh snow for those of you heading up to the mountain and to enjoy in the inbounds areas and also on those groomers as well. As we begin the long-range futurecast, you can see by Sunday, really not too many changes. Probably going to see a little bit more cloud coverage, especially in southern Utah on Sunday, but with more of that westerly flow that help kick some of that coldest air away. But going into the middle of next week, forecast models halfway optimistic that we could start to see a system move in, at least the tail end of a system. Northern Utah will have a chance of picking up some wet weather, but we'll have to fine-tune those details as we get closer. But of course, fingers crossed, we want as much snow as we can get before Santa Claus comes to town. In St. George, daytime highs in the 40s over the next few days, getting closer to 50 degrees by Wednesday. Those chilly overnights will persist. And along the Wasatch Front, it's daytime highs around 30 degrees through Sunday, overnight lows in the teens through Sunday night. But we will be a little bit more seasonal by Tuesday into Wednesday with that chance possibly by Wednesday.
Are we going to have a white Christmas, Thomas?
Fingers crossed, it depends. It's a really tricky forecast getting closer.
Rain comes and ruins it all.
Because it's either we're going to see a system move in or the high pressure is just going to keep it to our east. So if you're hoping for a white Christmas.
But people want dry roads, right?
I mean, I want dry roads, but I want a white Christmas. Don't you?
Good luck with that. Yeah.
Is that too much?
Aren't you dreaming of a white Christmas?
Please sing for us, Thomas.